Welcome to Milan Malpensa Airport. If you read the title, you'll know why I'm here. But if you saw the video about how I booked my honeymoon, you'll know that I didn't know if we would be flying in business or first class today. So here's a quick recap on how I booked this flight. I paid for this booking with Emirates Skywards Miles, which I transferred from my Austrian American Express card and my US Chase Sapphire Preferred card. There was no first class availability when I booked, so I paid
72,500 miles
and €87.11 for a business class ticket. Emirates is special because A, it's a transfer partner to basically every flexible credit card currency, and B, because you can upgrade award tickets with miles. This is what I was banking on, and it stayed in my head for weeks before it was time to check in. You won't believe how happy and relieved I was when the check-in agent said that we would be able to upgrade to first class. I paid another 30,000 miles extra to score the upgrade. First class boarding pass in hand, we headed to the fast track security. It saved us a bunch of time, so we were on our way to the Emirates Lounge in no time. Emirates operates their own lounge for their 3 daily flights from Milan. It's a combined business and first class lounge without a separate area for first class passengers. The lounge was quite packed when we arrived, but emptied shortly afterwards as the flight to Dubai departed. There were 2 self-serve bars and some extensive, tasty food offerings, and most seats were equipped with international power sockets. The bathrooms also had shower facilities. Emirates only operates A330s in Milan. These airplanes have 2 stories, with the upper deck being equipped with business class and first class seats exclusively. This makes the coolest feature of the lounge possible. It doubles as the gate and you can board the plane directly from the lounge. After a few hours, it was finally time to board. To my surprise, no boarding groups were announced and first class passengers weren't asked to board first. Walking down the jet bridge, I was very glad it had windows so I could appreciate the size of this beautiful aircraft. Once inside the plane, my flight attendant Karim brought me to my seat. Suite 4E. He offered to give me a tour, which I accepted and will now pass on to you. The first class cabin has 14 seats in total in a 1-to-1 slightly staggered configuration, since there are 4 rows by the window and 3 rows in the middle. Starting from a point of view perspective, we'll find the 32-inch touchscreen IFE, 2 dimmable lamps, which you need since the middle seats are quite dark due to the walls of the suites. A real orchid, a snack basket, the amenity kit, luggage storage, and the motorized minibar. This is already quite overwhelming, but it gets even crazier when you go into the details. Looking below the desk, we'll see my blazer hanging conveniently behind the IFE screen. To the right, there is space for your hand luggage that can be tied down with 2 belts. This is needed as there are no overhead bins in the first class cabin. Right beside that is a USB and HDMI port. Hidden in the desk is the universal power outlet and another USB-A port. The left side of the desk houses a drawer with a notebook and a pen which you can take home as a souvenir. Set into the desk is the fold-out vanity mirror and Byredo skincare set. The left armrest has quick controls for the seat and suite doors. The right armrest houses the touchscreen IFE remote and behind it, some tiny storage space. The much larger storage cubby behind that makes a lot more sense. The tablet, you might have noticed, controls almost everything inside your suite, including the very customizable seat. From leg rest, armrest, headrest, everything can be adjusted to your liking. It's phenomenal. The tablet is also detachable if you desire to do so. In total, you have 3 screens inside your suite. The center console also houses the massive tray table. There is no possibility to dine together in one suite, so there is always enough space for your stuff. The last feature in the console is the privacy divider, which makes solo travel in the middle seats very private. And finally, there are 2 air vents so you can customize the climate inside your suite. After the longest suite tour I've done to date, the Dom Perignon Vintage 2003 Plenitude 2 was served and I was happy. This bottle retails for 450 euros, making one glass cost around 64 euros, which is only 23 euros shy of the money I paid for this ticket. Before takeoff, hot towels, Arabic coffee with a selection of dates, fluffy slippers and pajamas were provided. The pajamas were packed in this pouch that can be reused as a laptop sleeve. The headphones were already at my seat when I arrived. They are provided by the luxury audio brand Bowers & Wilkins. They look very high quality, yet I was a bit underwhelmed with the fit and sound. So I used my AirPods Max paired to my AirFly Pro. If you haven't heard of AirFly, then check out my video about this must-have travel accessory, link below the like button. The amenity kits come in a male and female variant and are very well stocked. They're provided by Bulgari and contain lip, face and body creams, deodorant, a bottle of perfume, a dental kit, moist towel, and a comb brush combo. The female version also has a vanity mirror, while the male kit is stocked with a razor and shaving foam. The cologne is not really my style, but hopefully you like it, since I'm giving away one male amenity kit at the end of the video. After takeoff, I headed to one of the 2 first-class bathrooms, shower spas, to change into my pajamas. I've seen many pictures and videos of this place, but to be here myself was on another level. The space is massive. There is more than enough room to move around and get changed. I'll get into more details about the amenities when I show you the shower later. When I got back to my seat, the purser came by with the menus and introduced herself. The selection was very extensive, and Emirates offers Dine on Demand, which means you can eat anything you want at any time. After making my selection, I played around with the seat some more. And I had a lot of time to do so, since service on my side of the plane was quite slow. This is the only real criticism I have about this flight. The service was not up to par with other first-class products I've flown before. Nevertheless, I put in my order, and when it was ready, the table was set up beautifully in preparation for my caviar course with 2 amuse-bouche. My wife's caviar came first, so I could see what I was getting into. The large portion of caviar came with all the classic fixings, including blinis and toast, and also an optional shot of vodka. Emirates recently enhanced this course to endless caviar, and when I was done, Karim did ask me if I wanted some more. I declined as I was keen for the next courses. Next up, the shrimp cocktail. One word, delicious. When I ordered the pan-fried beef fillet as the main, I was asked if I wanted it medium or well done. A very pleasant surprise, and I selected medium. When the steak arrived, the delicious jus was poured for me, and when I cut into it, there was still some pink inside. But I was glad to have the sauce. My wife's steak was more medium and grilled to perfection. She was very pleased. As they say, happy wife, happy life, especially on your honeymoon. The mashed potatoes and green beans were also excellent. On the other hand, the wine that I had ordered with the main course never arrived, and after the steak was served, I didn't see a flight attendant for quite some time. Since this was a 5th Freedom flight originating from Dubai, I'm guessing the catering was loaded at their hub and not in Milan, explaining the high quality catering. I can't remember why I only chose fruit for dessert, but it's all I have to work with. After dinner was over, I was handed 2 pralines to top off the meal. After the meal, we walked all the way to the back of the upper deck where the onboard lounge is located. This is accessible to all first and business class guests. There are bar tables and some seats with seat belts. Obviously, the selection is limited to the offerings in business class, so getting a freshly mixed cocktail is the best option here. I went for an espresso martini, my wife had a cosmopolitan, and both were delicious. Our time here was cut short due to strong turbulence and all seats were occupied. As you can see, the suite is a comfortable cocoon. and I decided to take a nap. All the bedding is placed at every seat. In my case, it was by my right shoulder. With no crew in sight and my crew call from the beginning of the flight being completely ignored, I decided not to wait and to make my bed myself. The mattress pad was thick and soft, like you expect from a first-class bed, and I was not bothered by the desk over my feet. I slept for about an hour, and after that, it was shower time. At the time of recording, Emirates was the only airline operating an aircraft with showers, and I really wanted to get it off my bucket list. By the time of editing, Etihad had announced that they will bring back their A380s that are also equipped with showers in first class. I booked my time slot for 1.5 hours before landing. Kareem came by 2 hours prior to landing and told me that my shower was ready. The bathroom was reserved and specially prepared for the shower. A bath mat was placed by the stall on the heated floor, and a large towel was waiting on the bench. I could choose between 2 different types of shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, and body lotions, and many other amenities. Each passenger gets 5 minutes of running water, which can be paused and restarted at any time. I'm 6'1" or 1'87" m and just fit inside. Anyone taller might have to use the bench inside the shower. Every shower session is 30 minutes long, so there is more than enough time to dry off your hair and get ready. The 2 bathrooms were kept spotless throughout the flight since there was an extra employee, not a flight attendant, who was appointed to the shower spas and cleaned the bathrooms after every single use. After the refreshing shower, it was time for a pre-landing meal. I went for the Wagyu beef sliders, the sweet and sour prawns, and a cappuccino. Everything was fantastic. While I summarize my experience and give you suggestions on where to sit, I'll show you some more footage of the flight. If this had been my very first class flight, I probably would have thought this was the best flight ever. And yes, the suite was a lot of fun. The seat was very comfortable and super customizable. The IFE screen huge, the ICE entertainment system is one of the best in the world, and free Wi-Fi throughout the flight was a welcome bonus that is sadly not standard in every first class. The bonus perks of the A380 with the bar and shower definitely make this hard product very, very special. The catering was top-notch as well, and I definitely ate more than I needed to simply because I could and because I wanted to try many things. My 2 points of criticism lie with the ground experience and the service on board. As a first-class passenger, usually paying thousands of dollars more than business class, the ground experience was in no way different to business and therefore not very exclusive. The lounge was very good, but an extra area for first-class passengers or at least pre-boarding would have been a nice touch. But my biggest gripe was with the service. My aisle was consistently slower in every regard. I wanted to have dinner with my wife. This was not really possible since we got our food at different times, even though we had ordered the same dishes. My water glass was rarely refilled. I used the call button and the call was completely ignored. The crew never passed through the cabin to see if anyone needed anything else, and I was never offered a turn-down service. It simply didn't feel first class, and I've experienced a far higher level of service with other airlines. I realized I was in the last row of the 14-passenger cabin that was full. But this shouldn't matter in first class. Yes, the snack basket, the mini bar at the seat, and the self-serve bar in the front of the plane are nice treats, but what makes a premium flight really memorable is great service, and this time it was not up to par. All that said, I had a lot of fun, and I got so many goodies to take home that Emirates even provided beach bags to pack everything. After we landed and waited to deplane, I took a look at the other seats. The middle seats are definitely darker without the windows and the many walls blocking off the natural light. The window seats, on the other hand, hug the fuselage, and the ceiling is much lower, making the suite less airy. There is no bad seat in this cabin, but these small details are what I could distinguish. I hope it helps for your future travels. If you want to win the first class amenity kit, simply like and comment on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. The giveaway will end on January 31st, 2023. More details in the description. I regularly have giveaways with my videos, just like I did with my Lufthansa first class video. Click here to check that one out. Until next time, thanks for watching, happy travels, and see you soon.